The Great Commission is successful, will be successful. ለምን? የላኪው ስልጣን ስሙ ይባረክ። እንደገናስ የሚልከው ባለስልጣኑ ደግሞ አብሮ ከነሱ ጋር he is present። አንድ ሰው ወደ መቄዶንያ ሲገባ Christ was with him። ሂዱ ብሎ የላካቸው ማለት ነው ኢየሱስ። That's the power of the Great Commission. At the end of the day, it's not about technique, it's not about, all that. It's just our way of reaching them. But the Great Commission will be success. Lemon. Because Christ is Lord. Because Christ is Emmanuel. He's with us. What is the means? ህዝቦችን ሁሉ አይደል ጀንታይል ሚሽን አይደለ በአብ በወልድ በመንፈስ ቅዱስ ስም እያጠመቃቸዋቸው ደቀ መዛሙርት አድርጓቸው። ግቡ ምንድነው? በጎል ዲሳይፕልሺፕ ነው፣ ደቀ መዝሙርነት ነው። ሚንሱስ ሁለት ጎል ተሰጥቶናል፣ ሁለት ሚንስ ተሰጥቶናል። አንደኛው ሚንስ ምንድነው? በአብ በወልድ በመንፈስ ቅዱስ ስም እያጠመቃቸው። አያቸው አነጋገሩ እንዲ ኦሪጂናል ፓርቲሲፕል ነው። አጥምቋቸው አለ። አያችሁ እያጠመቃቸዋቸው ከዛስ ያዘዝኳችሁን ሁሉ እንዲጠብቁ እያስተማራቸዋቸው። አያችሁ ያዘዝኳቸው እንዲጠብቁ እያስተማራቸዋቸው። ምን አድርገ ደቀ መዛሙርት እያስተማራቸዋቸው። So the emphasis rests በምኑ ላይ ማለት ነው? discipleship ላይ making new ላይ አይደል? ደቀ መዛሙርት አድርጉ ነው በሁለት መንገድ፣ በማይለያዩ ሁለት መንገዶች፣ በማይነጣጠሉ ሁለት መንገዶች። ምንና ምን? ማጥመቅና ማስተማር። ይሄ ባለስልጣኑ ኢየሱስ የሰጠን ታላቅ ተልእኮ ነው። How are we doing with that? Chris Wright, in his excellent work, The Mission of God, but page 83 he wrote this. At the beginning of the 20th century, 90% of all the world's Christians is never in the West and the North. That's Europe and North America. But the beginning of the 21st century find at least 75 of the world's Christians lived in the continent of the South and East. ነገር ተገለበጠ አይደለ? Just in one century. Majority Christian ነው የት ነው ያሉት? In the South and East. Missiologists ይሄንን side of the world they call it the global South. ብዙ አይነት terminology ይጠቀማሉ። But the global South ማለት ምንድነው? All this Latin America ይዛችሁ አፍሪካን ይዛችሁ አሁን ክርስቲያኒቲ ያለ የት ነው? In the global South. ክርስቲያኒቲ ደግሞ እየደረቀ ያለ የት ነው? In the global North አይደለ? Europe is completely now almost Christianity in existence. Atheism is almost the rule of the land. America was already post-Christian ሆነናል። Europe was a post-Christian for a long time. I'm already post-Christian in America. Secularism is the given, not biblical worldview. Right? We've enjoyed for a very long time Christian worldview. So, are we doing good? Yes, we're doing good. Right? Christianity ምን ይሆናል? Basically, እነዚህ unreached የነበሩ አገሮች, the global south, they're being reached for Christ. Right? In 2000 ላይ in Christianity Today, James Ingo wrote this article. So there is a sentiment from the 1970s የደገ የመጣ ምንድነው? In our lifetime, the Great Commission will be completed. ለምን? Christians are becoming, pagans are becoming Christians, right? So it's a motive, no? It's a noble motive, no? Again, they're saying that mission will be completed. And that's why he wrote this article in 2000. He said this, in our zeal for mass conversion and standard strategies, we overlook the fact that evangelism requires far more than effective methods. The gospel is not a consumer product to be marketed by drawing from a strategy toolkit. People come to faith in Christ through a uniquely personal process that takes place over time and is the result of multiple influences. Our message should be spoken by a changed life, reflected in daily actions rather than by carefully honed words. The end is in sight at long last. Now, he begins to tell this apocryphal story. It's just a made-up story, but it's very true, the sentiment of the day. So he tells this story. Belgium erupted in the Great War. Then a diminutive African delegate headed to the platform and reached for the microphone. Imagine all people from all nations gathered in this one big room. So an African man, a delegate, headed to the platform. The audience quietened down. Her countenance was heavy with sorrow. I'm from the country that has been considered by many of you to be the greatest example of success in world mission. She began. She told how the church was planted over a century ago and how today 85% of the people call themselves Christians. Much of the growth came from evangelicals and Pentecostal churches, which exceed 25% of the total. Excitement grew in the whole, as she described high interest in Bible study and prayer. But then she asked, do any one of you know where I am from? Many guesses were called out, all of which were wrong. She finally said, I'm from Rwanda, the same country that in which in 1994, 600 Tutsis and 400 Hutus died, many of them slaughtered with machetes as they huddled in churches. In all of your zeal for evangelism, you brought us Christ, but never taught us how to live. If the end is in sight, how do we explain Rwanda, as well as other so-called Christian countries, where unrestrained materialism, oppression of the underprivileged, deterioration of moral values increase annually? Surely these are not the consequences envisioned by our Lord when he said, go and make disciples, teaching them to obey everything I commanded you. To put it bluntly, something has gone wrong with the harvest. What is he saying? You know that story, right? 1994. They literally killed them. Bakonchara. And those are people who claim to be Christians. Don't we see in our own racism working so deep inside of us? There is so much to be thankful about. And then there is so much to work. But what is the problem, Milan? James? All we did was what? But we never done what? We haven't done half ስራውን ሳንሰራ ነው ሰራን እያልን ያለ ነው እያለ ያለው ገባችሁ? ዓለምን ደረስን፣ ቤተክርስቲያን ተከለና ያሉ ሰው ለጌታ ተጨመሩ። እሺ የሚቀጥለውስ? ጌታ እኮ ያለው አጥምቋቸውና ምን አድርጓቸው? አስተምሯቸው። እያስተማርን አይደለም። ስለዚህ ኢን ፕሌስ ምን ይመጣል? we'll see እናመለ ሲንክሬቲዝም ድብልቅልቅ ያለ እምነት የተደባለቀ ከዚህም የመጣ አስተምሮት። ለምን? in our zeal we reached, we baptized, we count numbers. But then we didn't stay behind. በኤፌሶን ተቀመጥ። አላነበብንም ቅድም? አስተምር። And those are the burden of this generation. Do we respond to the Great Commission? Because Great Commission is not just evangelism. The Great Commission is not mostly የምናወራው ስለ evangelism አይደለም? Reaching the lost, evangelism. But evangelism also ከምን ጋር መምጣት አለበት? ከቲቺንግ ጋር መምጣት አለበት። ኢየሱስ ያስተማረው ትምህርት ምን መሆን አለበት? ምክንያቱም ወደ ጌታ ሰው ሲመጣ የድሮ ነገሩንም ይዞ ነው የመጣው አይደል እንዴ? በመቀየር በመታደስ ህይወት ውስጥ መግባት አለበት። ኢየሱስን ጌታ ነው ብሎ ለመመስከር ምን ማለት ነው? ኢየሱስ ጌታ ነው. He has to be taught. That's what James is writing this article. So አሁን ጥያቄው አያችኋል። What is contextualization? The gospel is coming to the nations, አይደል? So the gospel is moving from Jerusalem, ከኢየሩሳሌም ወደ ይሁዳ ወደ ሰማርያ እስከ ምድር ዳርቻ አይደል? As the gospel moves, this is my provisional definition of contextualization.